to Mosiness Design. In this tutorial, we are going to design a one-bedroom apartment. It's a challenge from a client who gave me just a freelance space of one plot as I should do whatsoever I want to do, that I want to see a quick design. So, and he gave me that he wants to present it under 12 hours, which I was able to do within 2 hours, and I got it all done. So the plan, I was able to do the plan particularly well, so I want to put it in practice and let everybody learn the so-called things here. So how you can manipulate a singular drawing to multiple space is what we want to do. So click on architecture. The first thing you need to do is to draw your wall. When you have your wall in place, then which is a normal unconnected light which you already have. You remember I told you to have your own template so that the design will be so easy for you. You don't need to be going back there and be starting from the using your Revit template all and all, because there are so many features that you will not be able to get. But the moment you have your template, you're going to see what I'm talking about when I get to component by putting components into places. So what we do here next is that the measurement of what we do. So when you are drawing your line, this one there is no crop region. Make sure that you hone your crop region so you know the boundary of what you are doing, so that when the some walls are drawn, you do not be disappointed by not seeing them. So this is what I want to do for now. So the first thing I need to do is to know the actual length of the whole building. So this is 16, which is too much for me, so I'm going to use 12 meter for that purpose. So the next thing I need to do is to draw this one, which is from another vertical side, which is this. So I'm going to test that again. I've seen that with the 500 and something, so I'm going to change it to 6,000. 5,700. That is what I want to use for one single apartment. So now I want to demarcate this apartment as quick as possible so that I'll be able to get my design faster and quicker. So what I need to do is to start here. So the first thing I need to do is to divide it into two. I created this in this place. So the next thing I need to do is to create the living room out. So we've been separating all this one into space. Now what you need to do is to trim them and begin to design this one. Concentrate your attention on only one, because you are going to replicate this for the remaining two. So what do? You come to architecture and select your grid by pasting your grid line on this level. The reason why you are having grid line is because so that your drawing will have their own pattern form. So the reason is this: when you have created one, you'll be able to replicate it on a grid system to every other apartment. So what you do here is that you put the second grid by copying this, or you click on create. The moment you click on copy, it's going to put that and say rename it straight up. So that is second grid. In this place now, you are going to have as many grids as possible, but we are going to get there by replicating the grid, including the building. So let us define this apartment complete and see how far we can go. So this is the bedroom and this is the dining side. So living room side. So we need to create a kitchen for the living room. The kitchen will be situated at the front. I think it's done. So what you need to do is that we extend this looking here, set stop. So that is it. So from here now we create the veranda, which is this. So what we select it and see the distance of the veranda to our own use and our own taste. So click here and see how far. It's 1.5, which is too long. So I'm going to click that so that we have a lot of advantages for the living room. So I'm going to 1,200 for the veranda to be specific. So select this one and I create grid. So as I've done with this one, the next thing I need to do is to extend. Check whether the kitchen is of a good size. So the temporary are going to be selected. I think it's not wide enough, but it's long enough for me. So I'm selecting this one and change it to 2,000. After I change it to 2,000, it's going to get bigger. So let's see the size of the living room for me, whether it's going to be enough. So it's okay. That is almost 12, more than 12 feet or almost 12 feet whatsoever. So I have it here at the living room. I'm getting my dining at this point. So the next thing I need to create is the room consistently. So I'm going to give this one the same gauge. So here I'm creating my bathroom. So the bathroom is being created in this form, and then I select this one to be extended. So This is the bathroom, but I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm going to recess it from here because of the pattern design I want to have. But I don't just want the flat way design that everything is going to just be concentrated on one single flat form. So when the back is recessed a little bit, it gives a little form for the elevation to be more attractive. So that is why you need more line to make architecture beautiful. So click 3700, so there will be space within this space. So now what we do here is that we have created the space in the place. We want to develop this whole building at this center. So the first thing we need to do is now to set opening. The first opening I'm going to create is by door. So entrance is here, but I'm going to change this door. I don't like single door as an entrance, single door. I always put double door there. There is no rule. Depends on what you are doing by your own idea. So I have this in place now. Then the next one is that I'm creating door for the bathroom. As I've done this one, I think I have my bathroom door somewhere, whether it can be visible or not. And if there's none, just click like that and say bathroom, and you say duplicate. You duplicate this and you rename it toilet door. So when you click OK, then you come to this place by changing the width. Leave the height alone because all the head height of every opening are all the same. So you change the width to 750. So when you click here, it's going to automatically update. So the door is changed. So I'm going to change this particular door to double one. So single and say double flush door. So I'm getting double door panel here now. So let me check so for my width, I have rough width of what of 1000, which I want to change to 1002. So let it have a little bit door in place. So extend this to this point, align it, let it flush with the wall. So the openings are settling up. So I have open to this. So let me set the next opening, which is what my window. So click here and select window. Depends on the kind of window you are doing to yourself. This kind of window, the casement that comes is a toilet window, so you can be able to do that one first. When you see, okay, let's say toilet window, you can duplicate it or leave it the way it is if the measurements are accurate, so it's okay. So I'm going to change the height here to 2100, which is head height. So I'm placing this here, and that is it for only one that is needed. So the next thing that you do is to create another opening, which is window. But this time around, you're going to change some pattern and select from the existing one, or decide what you need to do from this one. So I'm clicking this one and duplicate it. So the reason why I don't bother too much about window design is that the window design actually is a good representation of graphics in importance. But the point is this: no matter what the case may be, you don't bother yourself to be designing window too much in Revit, because the aspect of what you are still going to do on site will give the condition of the kind of window that is more specific. So as an architect, you can specify the window you want, but the environment and every other thing determine what is the essence of those things you are doing. So I'm good. That is why you see I always use the predefined window to do whatsoever design I'm doing whenever I'm working on Revit, except which I'm going to just let me just update this and then get those things in for. So I'm done with this at the front. So at the back side, I select the same thing. So for the kitchen side, they have the same thing to be looking onto as well. So I think my standard of this has been set. Now let us quickly create the floor. This is the floor, just the singular one for now. So select this from edge and place this edge. The reason why you need to create the floor is that whenever you are working with Revit, there are some elements that have been associated with the wall. If you don't have the floor in place, it will not come and will not be visible. So let's go on and on and on and decide what you need to do. So I've done with the kitchen cabinet. You can click on component and start building components into existence. So check around whatever you see. So I think I have one kitchen cabinet here. I want to use it to check whether it fits in. So definitely it fits in. So I'm going to use it for my work here. I'm putting this one here. Now we close the remaining hub with annotation. Click on annotate, select this and close this up with annotate. So you see, you can now select this particular one. Press escape. Good. All this thing is done. All these major things are what are in alignment with the reality. So what we do next is that we create this and fix it up for the equipment that is needed for. Let's just click this and delete them temporarily before we later bring them to consistent. So the next thing I want to do is to be the component of every other one, which is what the next one is to bring bathroom. Where are they? So like this shower, I'm going to bring shower here 2D. So let it stay somewhere here. Flip, adjust and align. Good. So you bring the WC into use. Ocean basin, let us use you here. I'm having you here, so I'm just going to extend maybe outside. So ocean basin, I'm going to raise the level up from the elevation because it's at a 0 level, so I'm going to raise it to like 600. Good. So click here, then select the next one, which is WC, and you place WC to this edge. So if you want to have two, you can put two. Depends on what you are designing, the kind of client your client instrumented idea. So I want to do this one because I've seen something that's supposed to be there. Since I'm recessing this, I'm supposed to have this corner up. So select this wall, then close this gap completely. So this one will form what they need to form. Trim it. So I'm closing up with this. So please this one now. The next thing is I want to put furniture here. This is the dining area. Everyone can escape that. So for me to represent archway here, I need to do something, and that is to use annotate to create archway. Click on detail, then you select the line by clicking on demolish. At the demolish level, you do this one, paste it. The same thing, you paste it on. So this one represents that there is archway to this. So whenever they want to put curtain and whatever they want to do during interior aspects, you can do that one successfully. So click here, component again, select, look for where you have this section. I want to use this over. Will it not be too big for my use? I think it's way okay. So what I just need to adjust it. And now I rotate. Let me say rotate or mirror. I could mirror. It will be best for me to mirror it. So mirror this without copy. Not use copy. So mirror is okay. So I'm able to align it with this. So mirror itself is not fit at that level. So I'm going to do another mirror. Good. So this is the aspect of mirror I want. So I want it to have open ends, move close to chair and things like that. So the entrance is going to be down straight. So select again component and I'll arrange whatever that is needed. I'm putting queen size bed here. Good. So at this place I just want to have annotate of what's covered, but I don't want the room to be looking empty. So by then I select this box. Let's represent it here by changing the line. Escape, change this one to thin line, and then you use what you need to have. That's 500. Good. So you select that one. That one represents as what? As your wardrobe. So the wardrobe is here and every other thing. So you can make so much other things that you know that okay, there are more of a great benefit to this. So as I've done with this, I'm selecting plasma this. So I'm going to post it here so that people can be able to watch whatsoever they didn't fit that they want to watch. You can rotate it and set it up here. Okay. Then you go to this present the dining table, which is this one. So select it and put it here. So be from kitchen and we enter into them. I think the whole things are getting more busier and busier. So what else do I need to do? Just click on components, check whether you can have another use. I'm using cross arm chair in this position, so I'm going to select it and have it in this place. So what I need to do is to annotate a coffee table at the center so that to look more mature, as somebody is using it to read book. Good. So that is it. So a single apartment is being designed. This is for the commercial purpose anyway. So most of these things are being done because of what? A quick selling, a quick marketing. So we're done with this. What we next to do now is to annotate this and get them in the right order. So where you do, call it bedroom, good. We call this one parts last toilet. Have it that way. Press escape and drag it. So the next thing you need to do is to press again and we call this side dining. Then you call this side kitchen. Then you call this the next side. You call it, can copy this one and rename it living room. So this is more or less like something unique for studio use. So we call it living room. Good. So this is it. So the next thing we need to do is to put a specific region. Fill the region. I don't want this place to be looking so empty. So select this rectangular form. Paste it where it's supposed to be by creating some space. Then align this one in this position by finishing it up. And say finish. So this one is set up, but this is too much for me. You can just like creating it. Say edit. If it's opaque, you can leave it opaque form or whatsoever. But I don't want that. Since in Revit 2024, there's something you need to do by highlighting this one. See this override by elements. So what do I do by that is that foreground, which is okay for me. But what I want to do is that the visible will be half tone. So I'm going to use half tone. So I don't want it to complete them. Transparency should be there as well. So what do? Background visible, I don't need you. So click here. Something is missing. So you see what I'm saying? Everything disappear. Come back here and say, go back again and go and do it. Identify background visible that I do is what cause issue. So I'm going to leave the background visibility in that manner. So I'm going to do half tone. The visibility is there. Okay, I think the visibility that I toggle that caused the whole problem. So still click on background, it's no more, it's going to be there, but it's going to be fainted. Good, I've seen it. Click here now and say copy. When you copy this and paste it here, what else do you need to do is to select and call this one entrance porch and call it entrance porch. So if you want it to be like this, you can leave it. If you don't want it, you can just adjust it and put it this way. You can reduce the size if you want by selecting this and say edit in space. The size can be reduced by clicking here and say duplicate, because if you reduce this, you're going to affect everything here. So what you just need to do is to reduce this one to something like 3, probably let's say 2. Call this one 2.9 or 2.7. So look at it. Focus on this blue text, and you see that it's reduced the same size from the remaining one. So that is how you have created. This is apartment 1. You can label this by saying copy this. I just want you to be copying because it's more easier to be copying than to creating, because sometimes when you mix the text you want to use, just call it one apartment 1. Good. So that's the first apartment 1. So now we're done with this plan. What we need next to do is that we want to copy this and paste it in the remaining three position. So I select it here now, select everything, and I want to copy it for new use. So from this one, take it from the neck of the grid line 1, paste it on grid line 2. You're going to see the grid line automatically changing the red, so paste it. So what happened that making noise is because of the wall within the center that are interwoven, at the same time the floor that are giving themselves the whole edit. So you select those floor, just delete all of them, but you want to use the single floor among the three something. So you click this one now and say edit in place. So you just like selecting this the same way you did for select this one, then start pasting it from this grid to this grid to this grid. So you see what you've done. So copy this, align this one to the last part, let it flow to that point. So what did you say? So it does not matter. All you just need to do is to click the whole line and finish it up. So what you do here, you delete this and you begin to line up this drawing for your own use. Do not be intimidated by what Revit is telling you. It's just a computer calculation that's giving you that complete edit. So adjust this one to cover this whole thing. So from there now you trim everything area. So I think we are done. Check whether okay, it's okay. And to search, then the next thing, make sure that you trim everything. You don't have any things to. So apartment 1 enough. So we change this one to apartment 2. Apartment 2, then apartment 3. So that is it. Zoom out and see what you have done. So you can crop your region and set it up the way it is. Now if you have issue like this, the only thing you need to do is to make sure that you align them and check their grid measurement, whether they are fitting or not. So they are perfectly okay, equal level, equal distance. So you need to set the grid for this one too. So by clicking the architecture, select one and set grid for the horizontal side. I'm going to call this one A. So the next one you do, since they have something bigger in common, this grid line B and the last grid, which is third grid, second to the last, and the last one, which is the external part. I'm going to name it, name that grid as well. So you can draw this one anyhow and later adjust and align it to the center of the wall. So this one is done. So those are the grids that the system you are going to have. This one suppose it cannot be equal. You don't need it to be equal. It's just for the construction and engineering purpose. So we're done with this. So next thing you need to do is to annotate. I've told you before, annotation, select individual, select by face. You can do it individually, you can do entire wall. So I want to quickly do entire wall because I want to face one side entirely. So by width, selecting this one, give me this. Select 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 this and stay outside for me. So that is the quick way in which you can do whatever you want to do. So this one, because of the printing purpose, you can adjust them and then bring them so that we know that they are not in confusion with one another. So you can see, so anyone that is like overlay, you adjust it in that way and they have their own space to stay. So we're done with this. So the next thing for you is to select individual. Now you can save this project to where it's supposed to save. So click line options and return it back to same individual so that you can do internal dimension, width and length. So you have the width, Then you have the width. You have width. You have length. Then select this one and see what you have. Space. So the kitchen, you select that kitchen as well, and you have the kitchen space. Good. So these are the things you need to put in physical use, and you see the value really changes. So for your door and everything, it's still the same way of opening entire wall, and click this time around opening. So opening with intersecting with volume, not intersect the wall again. So just click on just opening and opening again. So can you see? So these are the things you must consider whenever you are doing your design. So that is the wall width, wall length, and every other thing. So you can continue and adjust this space for your own activities. So for this one, at this part one of this building, this is what we do here. Like I told you, we're not going to be doing a long distance. I want people to study this very well and understand the whole process. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to focus on the elevation and do it at once, and everything will be set. So good day. See you in the next class by teaching you the other rules and regulations that govern elevation particularly. So see you there.